the not-too-distant future, there will be no civilization. There will be no heroes.
They say people don't believe in heroes anymore. They're heroes!
In the not-too-distant future, there will only be madmen and the main force patrol.
What did you people expect? I am a clown. Amy Buffin, why have I started again? Because I made a horrendous fuck up and nobody could hear what I was doing with the beast. You could only hear the drums. So yeah, back again. Hopefully a little bit more relaxed this time.
His only weapon, 600
right, I'm going to touch this pad. Can you hear it? Ian, no worries, mate. Keep them coming. Good. Excellent. We can all hear it.
Will be no heroes.
Oh. Stop. There we go. Okay. So let's start again. I put a picture up on Facebook the other day that said I got 10 chaos pads in the beast, and everybody went, why have you got 10 chaos pads? You can't surely use those all at the same time, can you? And you haven't got enough hands to use them. So I'm going to give a little talk, and this time you're going to be able to hear the chaos pads because they're definitely working. Good. Right, so those of you not familiar with the chaos pad, here is a chaos pad. Good, I'm glad you all saw that. Second generation chaos pad came with MIDI, the first generation don't, and you've got a line out, a line in, and a phono, and an earth in point, and a direct, and I use it on direct. I don't know what the other one does, never done it. And then once you input, you've got a little thing here that picks where your input's going to, so you can only have one thing running through this at a time to make a sound come out. I believe you can sample with it as well, but I don't use any of the chaos pads for sampling. Okay, there are effects back here. There's like, I don't know, 124, 150 effects or something. I only use these for the beat repeat. Let's demonstrate the beat repeat for the second time tonight. Okay, so did we all hear the beat repeat? Say yes. I'm going to get a sampler with like clapping and stuff on it so that every time... Anyway, so yeah, that's what I use those for, the beat repeat. These are not clocked in MIDI, the rest of them are. This one runs at a third of the BPM of whatever tempo I'm playing, and this one runs at the BPM, therefore you get the half and a double time. So you get the boom, boom. That's what they do. Alright, moving on to this one. This one's usually got some delays or some granular or some modular on it. So we got a filter there. So there we go, there's that. Distortions, filters, yes. I mainly use the one down here for the Zox box for the distortion, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Also, with these guys, you can also motion record something. So you push something, follow your finger around the pad for about 4 seconds, and then it will repeat it. So we'll just do a little bit of that. So you don't touch them, and you can hear it's affecting my voice now as well. Yeah, I use a lot of 50p's in the meter, mate, a lot. And you can turn it on and off. Well, I mainly use it for a granular, and here is the granular. Here it's just subtly. There you go. Subtly affecting. Oh, if you turn some cymbals and stuff on it, it affects it more. Yeah, somebody said the distortion kicks in when the kick kicks in. That's because the Mackie's set to overdrive. We were talking about distortion the other day on Facebook, and somebody said the best distortion, I believe it was Aaron Courts, said it's an overdriven Mackie. So I overdrove my Mackie, and that's where that's coming from. I'm about to really squash the kicks down just to be able to be heard over it. And you see the kaoss pad is still going, just echoing a little. And it just makes the rhythm sections a little bit more rhythmy, I suppose. So, and then we have this one. Why have we got no noise? There we go. This is the kaoss pad 3 Plus. The only difference between the kaoss pad 3 and the Plus are the effects are a little bit different. As I said before in the earlier stream, who doesn't want to scratch hardware? There we go. Yeah, I will definitely download this later to YouTube for later, for people to watch it when they want it. Somebody said it's like a Pioneer mixer. No, it's a little Volca mixer in there. Right, where were we? Oh, yeah, then move on to the Zox box. Right. Let's just play you the Zox box. There you go. It's a 303 clone. It's a very nice 303 clone, but it's not a 303. For me, the Zox box gets closest to the sound of a 303. It sounds lovely. Anyway. Okay, so that's the dry 303. And I'm just going to affect it with a distortion, I believe. Just roughs it up a little bit. Are we all hearing that? I'll turn it off again. Although that's a nice sound, it's very clean. Hey Aaron, how's it going? Just turn him back on. Just roughs him up a little bit. Yeah, I could go into a little detail about the MX1 now. The questions are here. Let me just get through the kaoss pads and we'll see where we end up after that. So that's that. And how do you make that sound better with an MX1? With the delay. So that's the Zox box with the distortion and then some delay. And the delay just really brings it out. Yeah, the delay is very, very slight. For some reason, it's not picking up too well. Cork should be paying you. If anybody wants to sponsor me, please feel free. In fact, I was thinking about patronism the other day, and I was like, what the hell can I give people that I don't already? My life's pretty much open. Like, what do you want for like £1 a week or whatever it is? Anyway, so that's what I mainly use. Oh, hello. Love the sound of a 303. Sometimes maybe a bit harsh, keep it down there. And then the hold button keeps it on. Yeah, the hold keeps it on. Or if you want a motion sequence. So it just brings your 303 lines to life a little bit more. Let's just turn that off. Right, where should we go next? Let's go over here to the sampler. We've got some Bill Hicks on here.
Drugs have done good things for us. If you don't believe they have, do me a favor, take all your albums, tapes, CDs, and burn them. Because you know what? The musicians who made that great music that has enhanced your lives throughout the years are real fucking high. Okay. And these other musicians today who don't do drugs and in fact speak out against it,
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the sampler. The sampler SP555 from Roland. There's a few of these around, and they've just released one for the Aria range as well, which is USB compatible with the MX1. Mainly what I use this for is like a couple of delays and a couple of loopers on the back of it, so that...
Send in vanilla. No.
And this one catches me out on stage as well. The damn thing goes fucking mental and just starts screaming at me for no reason. Somebody said something about routing. What did Graham say? The routing. Oh, right, okay, not for me. And let's pick a different one. It's the phaser delay.
Put that big scaly pecker down here, brother.
There are built-in effects on the 555, but you can only use one at a time. So again, if you like, I do use this one.
Put that big
Basically, the more effects that you've got running through something, the bigger you can make the sound, or the more interesting you make the sound. That's the way I thought about it. When I was in a DAW, I was looking at Ableton and stuff, and like, you've got your synth line running or whatever it is, and then you put some compression on it, and maybe a little bit of delay, and a little bit of distortion and stuff, and it's like, well, how the hell am I going to do that to these things? So mini Kaoss pads just seemed like a godsend when they were coming out. Am I doing it live, or am I just showing off your hardware? No, I'm talking about why I would need 10 Kaoss pads in the rig. So where are we? We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 7th is, again, just on... Why are you so quiet? On the SH32, and again it's a phaser delay. So this is the noise dry. Nice noise, but with a little bit more effects on the other end. And again, you can hold those pads so that they continue doing that. And it's, yeah, it sounds nice, right? Like, mini Kaoss pads are a godsend, they really are. And I remember picking up 4 for like 60 quid each, and now they're going for like £120. I'm like, why have they skyrocketed in price so much? You can get one of these for about 50, 60, 70 quid, you know, second hand, and they are the godsends, honestly. If in an ideal world, I want two more. I want one for here and I want one for here, going into the Vulcan mixer. Just again, so that you can just play with the sound a little bit more, and it's all touch and hands-on and stuff. All right, where are we? We're on to the other TB. Hello, there we go. And as you all know, I broke the cut-off knob on my TV the other day, so she's now being controlled, these 4 buttons, by the Elect Tribe. There we go, cut-off's back. And that's the 3, TB03 over there, dry. That's got no... Beautiful. Does sound lovely. Yeah, dirty. Does sound lovely, doesn't it? I'd stand there for hours just tweaking. Anyway, that's her dry. So she also goes through a mini mount kaoss pad with a phaser delay, and usually a hold on it as well, so that I don't have to touch it. Let's just listen to that on its own. There we go. It might be a bit quiet. So what I did there with the TB03 is split the lines coming out of it. It's got an output and a phones, so technically, and the USB ARIA link, so you can have it going straight into the MX1, and then you can split it 2 other channels to go to something else. In my case, I've got it going to a mini kaoss pad with a phaser delay mostly, or a distortion, or some other, or like the weird looper, which the Roland has on it, running through it. But I've also then put it through the Roland effects units. This one is a delay and this one is a distortion, and they come in on a separate channel over here. Let's just play you... where are we? There we go. That's the dry 303. That's with the phaser delay on the mini kaoss pad. And what I like with this is the... and just leaves it. Right, now I'm going to turn on the Roland effects units. And they really mangle the sound. So that is the Roland ARIA stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it because it's linked up to the System 1M and the actual TB itself, and then some of the Volcas as well. They've got like 8 patch points, modular patch points, but because I don't actually have any more modular, I can't clock it through anything else. So the Volcas have a send out. So the send out here is going to the low boost. There's one here going to the time of the delay on this one. As you see, it's flashing away. And then the System 1M is clocked out from the LFO to the hold. I don't know if you can see it flash. We'll try and demonstrate. So that is essentially the 303 signal being processed into something that's really not a 303. Let's just pop the 303 back in. And then you've got effects on the MX1 as well over it to give it some sort of rhythm if you need it. And some more effects on top of that, if you know, just to really mangle the sound up. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's turn that one off because he's very noisy. Okay, so where were we in the kaoss pad? We have 2 more left to go. The other one, the 9th one, is over here, and that is totally connected to just the drums from the Mackie. Let's see if I can point this out. The Mackie drum station thing that I built. It's ridiculous. So what I did was I took the kick drum and placed it in one channel for the Mackie, took a separate out from the drum station and put that in. There's 4 separate outs there, like kick, snare, 2 toms, 2 hats and 2 cymbals, I think, but they go in over 5 channels, and then the rest of the percussion from the tribe. So, and it's all triggered from the electribe. The electribe is the main brain, tells everything what to do and when to do it. And there we go. So I can now I know that sounds very similar to what I was doing just now, but let me put a couple of lines in over it. You hear the acid line rolling over the top of it. Which means I can now make breaks more interesting. So I can just affect the drums doing that, and again, I would like to have 2 over there so I could do the stutter. But, well, you know, it's expensive business, this shit, right? Which is why I always say buy second hand. Buy second hand, man. If you don't like it, then you fucking flog it for the money that you bought it for, right? Anywho, where are we? We're on the last kaoss pad, and then if anybody wants to talk about anything else, we can do that. Okay, the last kaoss pad runs from the aux on one of the MX1s, my main MX1. And then you tell the MX which channel you want bits and the aux to play on. So it comes straight out of there into another mini kaoss pad. I don't know if you can see that. I can't see if you can see that. There it is. And then it goes into a slicer pad, a Boss SL20. Yeah, slicer pad. Lovely little thing. Let's see if we can get some noise going out of that then. Need that. Won't be over there. These, with the mini kaoss pads, you have to enter the BPM. There's no MIDI with them or anything. They don't pick up, I don't think, on sound that's coming in. So that's it dry, that's with nothing coming through it whatsoever at all. And this is just the slide. slicer pad, and I think I've set it to affect this one, that one, and the 303. So you hit, and it affects all of them, but you can set how much of a level you want it to affect. What were we doing? Oh, slicer pad. There's loads of patches on this thing. Some are better than others. I don't know if this is coming across in stereo, but for me it's popping through to either side. It might not be for you guys. And that's it dry. Turn it up against a bit much. Now let's put the kaoss pad into the mix. Okay, so this is dry, and for a long time I played with my TV dry. No, I didn't think it'd be in stereo, Wayne, it's a shame. So let's turn it back up. Right, now shall we start putting some of the effects that the TV has got? Don't like that patch, if I'm honest. Oh, did you hear that? I don't think I could create that noise again if I tried, and I am trying. Oh! Oh! That's 1303 with some effects. And then the last effect that it's got. Find a sweet spot indeed. Hits on the drum machine and 1303. So concludes why would you want 10 kaoss pads in a rig? Well, in conclusion, it sounds fucking epic, and why would you goddamn well not? So, yeah, there we go. 10 kaoss pads in a rig. That's why I want 10 kaoss pads in a rig. I actually want 2 more, so I want 12 in the rig. And fuck it, if you're going to go for 12, you might as well go for 13, because 13's such a cooler number than 12, right? Anyway, unless we've got any questions, or, you know, I think I covered everything. Those 4 go out of that. That one comes out of the AUX. The rest of them are on individual bits and pieces, and I'd like kaoss pads for everything, if I'm honest. I use... Where is it? Oh, it's under there. A big Behringer bass amp, V bass amp, just to get some effects into this one. I mean, I love the FM. It's a lovely synth. It cuts right through that analogness with its digitalness, but the sounds are a little donkey. Maybe I don't know how to program it, and I'm a lazy bugger, and I don't want to delve right into the FM synthesis. So just stick a little delay on it or something, you know, and then you've got extra over here with the beat thingies and stuff. Anyway, so can you explain how you use the individual outs? Individual outs on my MX1, Peter. Upload it to YouTube. Yeah, I will definitely upload it to YouTube, so you can all check out my blabberings therefore afterwards. So thank you very much for joining me. Any other questions, pop them in. There's a thread I put up. If I missed something that you wanted to know about, please let me know. I think I've talked quite well about my individual outs. Okay. On the MX1, the first 2 inputs are stereo for the Mackie, and the drum station comes separate outputs, and then it's got 2 channels from there going into the Mackie and then all into there. The next channel is a distorted version of this. Let's just give you some... Oh, I need that one. Really distorted. And its sister channel lives on this one at the moment, because I need to have a reshuffle of everything to get everything sitting in nicely because of the bass synth that's coming from SCAT pretty soon. Aaron's come up with a... Yeah, Aaron, that's a manual thing. I could dig out the manual now if you want, but it might make for very boring viewing. Where were we? So yeah, our sister channel is over here, and I need to get the bass synth from SCAT. Funnily enough, time that question. Yeah, everyone should get a bass synth from SCAT. You can drive it from a 303. I could probably even drive it from this if I wanted to. And yeah, it puts the bass in your tracks that you might miss if you're tweaking 303s and shit. Is that... Oh, what was that? Questions coming thick and fast. Second pedal. Would it be? We'll get to the second pedal is ideally I want a delay unit from SCAT, because their stuff's absolutely awesome. But at the moment I'm using this on the kicks to give it a little bit of echo and boom boom boom. I can't. It's very, very slight, and there's something wrong with it at the moment. I haven't wired it in right. But anyway, we'll go on to that later. So yeah, next to that is the Vulcan mixer, which houses these 3 synths. So that the SH32 goes through a mini kaoss pad and straight into here. The keys and the FM just go straight into the Vulcan mix, and then the Vulcan mix comes in over here. Sadly, any effects you do on that channel are universal to those 3, but it's not too bad. It means you can get like one really big noise. But anyway, next to that is the 555. The digital inputs are a little bit useless unless you've got any synth with a digital output on the back of it. And again, the Behringer bass synth does that, so I can get the Volca FM, but then I changed it for the... anyway, next to that we have the Demora and the Torpedo for... No, we don't. We have the FM. We have the System 1M in there over a USB port. Then the Demora and the Torpedo over a USB port. Then the TB3 in a USB port, powered USB port, so you don't need a plug for it, which is cool. And then the last channel here is this one. And at the moment on this one I'm only running 4 channels, but that's because there is a bass synth on the way, and then there's a Pro 1 on the way, but they're a little way off yet. And then I've got 3 extra ports over here for, I was thinking about getting the VT3 that's just come out. So, yeah. I think I've covered everything. Like, is there anything else anyone wants to know? How is the ASCAT working? I'm hoping it's working really well, and it's going to be in my hands really, really soon. I cannot wait for that. Yeah, the bass synth is driven via CV and gate from anything that's got a CV and gate, and again supplies the bass that you might miss. Tweaking this, getting up into the wee 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 wee, but then the bass synth will still be providing that. There we go. Yeah, when the bass synth gets here, I will for sure be demoing it, and it's certainly an out of the box, this is what it looks like, and this is what you can do with it kind of thing. Right, well that's me. I've been chatting for like half an hour. Thank you very much for joining me. Any more questions, pop me a line, drop me a message, and with messages I tend to wait like a week and then try and get back to all of them that have come in over that week. Big love to everybody who's joined me tonight, and I hope some of my information was halfway near useful to anybody. Anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks for the URL, and then I'm in Belgium, so you'll all see me live streaming from that. Catch you later.